Hello, my dear students. Welcome to your SST class again. Myself, Himanshu Vats. I will be covering your yet one another new chapter of SST, that is of your history book. Okay. As you know that we are covering our chapters alternatively, one geography, then civics, then history. Okay. So now we'll be covering our history chapter. See the name of the chapter. Let's start with the chapter name says it reads what books and burials tells us. Okay. As far as the topic of the chapter is concerned, the words are pretty simple except one word. What is a simple interrogative word used in English? What books and burial tell us? See, as a historians, as an archaeologist, yeah, as a student, we have very limited resources to know about what actually happened in the past. We are not talking about 50 or maybe 100 years back. We are talking about thousands of years back. What was all being happening in those days, thousands of years ago? How the people live their life, what all they do in their life, what all they eat in their life, what was their occupation, how was the life at that particular time? Was it easy or was it more tough than today's world? So, from where will we get this information? See, today things are pretty easy. Whenever you have a challenging question to you, a question which you have never seen or heard of, you just Google it from your mobile and you easily get the answer. But my dear students, in those days there were no such facilities. Okay, people had to research everything just by what? The limited resources available to them. So, we will go back to our history, to our older days, to our older age, when these such type of texts were written, books were written, meaningful things were written. Though men have started writing the things maybe more earlier, but the meaningful things which we can term as a book was being started writing near about using near about 3500 years ago. 3500 years ago. Okay, and these books were a heavy source of knowledge which we recommend today also as a part of our learning. Okay, and what were these books? These were what? Vedas. Okay, Vedas are of course a sacred texts in Hindu mythology. Okay, if I talk about Vedas, there are four type of Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Arth Veda. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Arth Veda. Okay, in this four Vedas, my dear students, this Rig Veda was the earliest one. It was being written earliest, Rig Veda. Okay, so now the question arises that who wrote these Vedas in those days? Why were they written? What was the purpose for writing those books? Who was studying them? Were they any in any means were they beneficial to anybody? उस उन बुक्स का होता क्या था? क्या करते थे उन बुक्स को लिख के? And why were they written? उनका पर्पस क्या होता था? See, as you all know that our Hindu mythology, okay, starts from writing of ancient texts. Okay, so Rig Veda consists of hymns and prayers. Hymns, you can say, mantra, hymns and prayers. Fine. What were these hymns and prayers for? Hymns, yeah, shloks, you can say. The shloks which we used to listen in Sanskrit. Okay. Hymns, prayers, these sort of things. What were they written for? They were written in order to please the god. Okay. Like the god Indra. Okay. Indra is considered as the king of all the what दिस deities, इनको सभी देवताओं का राजा भी बोला जाता है इंद्र को. देन अग्निदेव, सूर्यदेव, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ the deities which we used to listen. So this Rig Vedas consist of hymns and prayer used to uh, praise these gods. Okay, used to acknowledge these gods. इनको प्रेयर करने के लिए, इनको इनसे ब्लेसिंग्स मांगने के लिए लोग ऋग्वेदा की तरफ अपना सारा ओरिएंटेशन करते थे. ओके, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द पीपल हु रोट द ऋग्वेदास दे वर very learned sages, they were rishi munis, they were the sages who used to write, sages, rishi munis. Okay, who used to who used to compose this mantras and hymns, जिन्होंने इन सब चीजों को बनाया है. ओके, लेट्स गेट इनटू योर टेक्स्ट बुक एंड लेट्स सी what all things are mentioned, and I will correlate this chapter with your book so that you will be having a bonding with the chapter. Okay, कहीं भी आपको ऐसा ना लगे कि जो यहाँ पे टॉपिक डिस्कस हो रहा है वो आपके चैप्टर में कहाँ पर है. ओके, सो लेट्स सी what all things are there. अब बात आती है, the thing comes that in which language were this Rig Veda written? They were written in old Sanskrit language. It was old traditional Sanskrit. Okay, old Sanskrit language. This language is different from the modern Sanskrit which you are studying today. जो संस्कृत आप लोग अभी पढ़ते हैं, that is much different from this particular Sanskrit. It was being used in older days. Okay, now moving ahead with your chapter, you can turn the page, second page of your chapter. Let's see what all things are there. Okay, my dear students, you will be surprised to know in those days whatever the months, whatever the prayers, whatever the hymns that were given in Rig Vedas, they were just enchanted. उनको pronounce किया जाता था. They were read aloud. Okay, they were not actually written. Okay, कि ऐसा नहीं है उसको लिखा गया. They were just communicated. उसको they were being spoken like a chorus. जैसे हम लोग in a group we sing a song. Okay, yeah, we follow somebody. Okay, we have a chorus of student on a stage, then we follow whatever they say as a prayer. So same way, in while studying these Rig Vedas, the learned people, the teachers, the gurus, they used to recite the hymns and the student used to follow it. Okay, simultaneously. So they were basically enchanted. Instead of writing and all, they were enchanted. Apart from that, what all things were there? Hardly 200 years ago, they were actually being written on the paper. How many years? 200 years ago. So it's just a matter of near about 200 years when Rig Vedas were actually noted down on a paper. Else they were just verbally communicated from one generation to another. Okay, fine. Now, how historians study the Rig Veda, how they were able to read that language that was used 3500 years ago. Let's see. Historians and Rig Veda. Okay, so of course it's a very challenging task for historian to understand the languages which are nowadays not at all in a use. उनको बहुत ज़्यादा रिसर्च करना पड़ता था. दे हैव टू रिसर्च ईच एंड एवरीथिंग बिकॉज द लैंग्वेजेस which were written in such text are now not in use. Okay, so what they do is they used to correlate the thing, means कि उनको अगर उस टाइम में दे यूज टू गेट एनी एक्सकवेशन, उनको कोई फाइंडिंग्स मिलती थी, है ना, इफ दे यूज टू गो एनी गेट एनी एक्सकवेशन फ्रॉम एनी प्लेस, कहीं से कुछ डिगिंग हुई और उनको कोई चीज ऐसी मिली कई हजारों साल पुरानी, दैट समथिंग इज रिटन ऑन दैट, ओके, मे बी अ वेसल और अ स्टोन और अ केव, so they used to compare those writing texts, okay, and it was somewhat like a, means Sanskrit fonts, some other languages, so they used to mix up those things, they used to deduce those things, और वो उसको by speculation they used to find out कि इसमें क्या कुछ हो सकता था, okay, what all things can be written in those Vedas. Fine, चलो, then next we'll moving to our next page, that is cattle, horses, and chariots. What does this say? Cattle, horses. Okay. See, though it's a pretty simple terms, it's not such a big deal. ये देखने में आपको बड़े नॉर्मल से वर्ड लग रहे होंगे, केटल्स, horses and chariots. Chariots, of course, the rath, which the kings of the earlier days used to travel from one place to another. Okay, so actually these things were the reasons for to fight, to show their power. The people who was having more number of cattle, more number of horses, more chariots, more those things was said to be more richer, more powerful, more wealthy. या you may say कि पहले के टाइम में what happened is people used to collect more and more resources. These were the resources: more cattle, more cows, more elephants, okay, more goats, more sheep, more horses to show the strength, okay, more these resources means more the powerful the person was, okay, and even the battles were fought for these things, battles and wars were being fought to occupy other people's resources. These became the reason for fighting the war. Apart from that, your text says that the other reason for fighting the wars was also what? Land, okay, water, sharing of water, river water, okay, and other resources available, okay. Like if I read to the second paragraph, land, water, yeah. And one more thing was there in those days prevalent, that people were captured and they were made lifelong slaves. Slaves क्या होता है? What is the slaves in the modern day? If I say in Hindi, बंधवा मजदूर. So people used to, the kings used to capture their opponents' slaves, their laborers, and they keep them lifelong with them. Okay, slaves. Okay, people. Fine, yeah, laborers you can say. Acha. Apart from these resources, what all the things your book says, that after acquiring all these resources, these cattle, these horses, these chariots, and this all these things, kings used to keep the maximum part. The person who is fighting, he used to keep the maximum part with him. सबसे ज़्यादा जो वो दूसरे लोगों से जीतते थे वो अपने पास रख लेते थे. बाकी चीजें they used to give to the priests. Okay, and who was the priest? Who used to do the yagnas, who used to do the prayers, rituals. Okay, apart from priests, then they used to give to their common people of their kingdom. बाकी चीजें वो किसको देते थे? अपनी प्रजा को देते थे. Okay, it was given to their common man. I will write here somewhere common man. Okay, and after that, still if something was left out, yagnas were performed. Okay, हवन और यज्ञ करे जाते थे. In that there was sacrifices being done, rituals being done. So these kettles, these things were used as a mode of doing those yagnas, because sacrifices was to be given. What is the meaning of sacrifice? Bali. Okay, so for that purpose, it was, these things were used to perform what? Yagnas. Okay, fine. Let me wipe it off so that we can understand this topic further. Meanwhile, we are discussing our page number. Sorry, I will not quote the page number because there's a difference of page number in some of the new NCERT books. Okay, you can just correlate with the name of the chapter. In this older book, it's a page number 46. The heading which we'll be discussing now is words to describe people. Okay, what does this say? See, nowadays it's very easy to identify a person. We are having different professions. There are teachers, there are doctors, there are engineers, there are military men, there are defense personnels. Okay, so we can easily identify a person by either by his profession, by his nationality, by his caste, or by his religion. But in those days, there was no such a diverse field. Okay, so people were divided into very broad, or you can say limited categories, है ना. There were no such multiple dimensions कि there are doctors, there are means military men, there were craftsmen, there were no, there were very limited occupations by which people were divided in the society. So what were the names given for those people? Let's try to understand. See, one of the common thing, the people who used to do the yagnas, who used to do the rituals, who used to perform the uh, ceremonies related to God, they were called as what? Priests. Okay. Yeah, maybe you can say Brahmins. Okay. Acha. As far as the word term Raja is concerned, Raja was not a typical king which you are seeing in the movie or you are reading in your books. No, it's not the typical type of Raja. He is having a huge palace and he is living somewhere. No, Raja means the person who is just a leader of his community, of his area, who used to fight for his area, who is protecting his area. Okay, that was called as Raja. And usually what happens was the son of a Raja automatically becomes a new king. Okay, it was hereditary. Okay, chalo. Now there was one more term that was being associated to your this Jana, या Jan. Jan in Hindi means a common people. Okay, then one more term. This is a typical Hindi word that is called as what? Das. And Das in English means slaves. Okay, this was also being used. सो व्हाट वी हैव सीन इज कि यहाँ पर जो हमने नेम इनको दिया है, नोमेनक्लेचर दिया है, इट इज बेसिकली बिकॉज ऑफ देयर प्रोफेशन, कि वो लोग काम क्या करते थे. इट इज बेस्ड ऑन दिस. ओके, वन मोर टर्म वाज देयर दैट इज वेश्यास या ट्रेडिंग पीपल, बिजनेस क्लास. ओके, चलो. नाउ मूविंग टू द